Today I get to share with you a book of my favorite author, Shari Browning. It's Sea and Soul. It's the first book of the Sears Gambit. The books kind of happen simultaneously and follow each of the pairs. Like here is the Dylan and Kaya. Dylan is an empath and Kaya is a Selkie. The next one is with Sean and Rory, the assassin and the elf, and then will be Carla and Jamie, the princess and the werewolf. She's still working on that one, but we all meet all of those people in each of the books. I guess it sounds a bit silly, but like the only word to describe her writing is like that's very immersive and deep, like thought through, as much in the characters and in the world building. It's an urban fantasy, but it doesn't happen in our world, but it happens in fantasy world that has technology. And as you could guess by me introducing the main characters, that it's a guy and a girl, the romance is a big subplot, but at its core it's more of an adventure story. And while it is clean romance and there's nothing that I wouldn't let my kids to read, it's more geared towards adults. Just the feel of the story and how the characters behave, I would say. So it's a little bit older audience than, let's say, KM Shea, if your kids like romance, because KM Shea is romance, but like it can be read through since, like, I don't know, 10 years old or whatever. It's like really light, and this one is a little bit heavier, deeper, and I like that about it. As I said, Dylan is an empath, but it's against like kind of the expectations that an empath is like very kind and nice to everyone. Is like kind of a sarcastic or cynical guy, but he's good. Like and faith is big part of his character, but it doesn't make the book preachy. It's just very integral part of all the characters, actually, all the main characters, not the villains, of course. She explored a lot of interesting ways how to make an empath fight, which isn't like really something you would think of naturally, because the basic power of the empath is to feel everybody's emotions, and that's what the queen wants to use him for, just to see who's faithful to her and who's her enemy. But there's so much more, and it's really interesting way to see it explored. And Kia is the Selkie, and she can of course turn into a seal, but she also has elemental magic, so like she can control the water, wind and things, and with singing. She saves Dylan after a fight with a witch by giving him her Selkie coat as like a magical thing that kind of means marriage. So it's kind of a marriage of convenience book, but it's like still very slow burn and very natural way of progressing of their relationship when they have time and they are not chased and beaten to death or whatever. It all happens in this world, in the country of Bara, that has an usurper queen that is a sorceress, and in this world a sorceress is someone who doesn't have the innate magic, but gains magic by killing the races that do have, like Selkies, elves, shifters, whoever, and by sacrificing and killing them, they gain the powers. So all of the three books kind of focus on overthrowing the queen. It does not happen in this book, but Dylan especially has very important part to play. The main villain in this book is the queen's sister, who's also a sorceress, and it's way more personal towards Dylan and Kaya.